Let me tell you how I ended up here today. In October of 2017, my brother Drew Wynne was working on a Saturday refinishing the floor of his production plant for his small business Riptide Coffee. 24 hours later, he was found dead on the floor by his business partner. Drew put his heart and soul into building this business. He was really building the American dream. His dream was cut short by a product called Goof Off, which was a methylene chloride-based paint stripper. The day after Drew's memorial, my mother read an article in the New York Times titled, "Why Has the EPA Shifted on Toxic Chemicals?" An industry insider helps call the shots. This was our introduction to Dr. Nancy Beck. Over the course of the next several months, we learned that the EPA was on track to fix their backlog of overburdened chemical regulations. Dr. Beck had other ideas. Fresh out of the American Chemistry Council with a loaded agenda, she started to roll back regulations under the guise of new science. One of the first chemicals that was rolled back, methylene chloride. We realized then that Dr. Beck delayed the ban on the chemical that killed Drew. Drew was only 31 when he died while using that product, methylene chloride. From tragedy, my family worked tirelessly to get paint strippers containing this chemical off of store shelves. We lobbied in Washington. We urged retailers to stop selling the product and kept telling Drew's story to draw attention to the problem. We were determined to save other parents and families from the pain that we have felt. Nancy Beck has repeatedly proven that she will put the safety of American families at risk if she is confirmed to lead the CPSC. In addition to her interference on methylene chloride, she's delayed bans on high-risk uses of other toxic chemicals, most notably TCE. She's made systemic changes to weaken how the country's main chemical safety law is carried out, and more. Her record clearly shows that when making decisions about hazardous chemicals, industry interests outweigh the public's health and safety. People like Dr. Beck lurk in the parts of our government that we don't often think about, and unfortunately, it typically takes a great tragedy to notice their existence. The silver lining here is that she will never be tied to Drew's legacy, but Drew will most certainly be tied to hers. I hope that the committee will take a long look at her performance history and realize that there is no such thing as phantom risk when it comes to Dr. Beck. She is very real and very dangerous and has no future in protecting consumer interests. In closing, I call on Senator Graham and Senator Scott to continue to back their commitment to my family. Together, we achieved a great legislative accomplishment, so let's finish the job.